I'm always talking about government contracts, especially if you're a social care agency, social housing agency, patient or passenger transportation, because they're constantly needing your services, and you can get predictable and sustainable income directly for the government for services you set your business up to provide. For example, again, in Cardiff, they've just launched their contracts looking for floating supports, or providers who can provide floating supports to individuals, vulnerable individuals that may require support with landlord disputes. They're currently in rent arrears. Basically, they're potentially at risk of being homeless, so you need to support them with certain situations they might be facing. And also, some of these individuals may also already be settling into temporary accommodation or permanent accommodation. So the floating support you'd be required in that situation would be potentially to help them with furniture sourcing, connecting with utilities for their electric or their gas, potentially understanding their contractual terms. So these individuals, again, because they're vulnerable, you need to support them to be able to live completely independently on their own and also settle into their new accommodation. Bear in mind, it's support, not care. In this contract, they're essentially looking for two providers. So it's been funded by the Welsh Government with the purpose of reducing homelessness. So they're looking for two providers who can provide this sort of floating support to the individual. Bear in mind, this contract is lasting for a minimum of 2, 3, 4 years, potentially to be extended as well. So this is an important and incredible opportunity for your business that does not even require you to have a CQC license, Ofsted license, CIW license, or whatever the case may be. You don't need a government or regulatory body registration for this one. However, even in saying that, bear in mind that this contract has a budget of approximately nearly $1 million per year per supplier, because there's going to be two suppliers that's selected. In saying that, there are still eligibility criteria that you need to make sure you and your business have and meet before you waste your time, your resources, your energy, or your funds bidding for this contract. Otherwise, your bid is literally going to fail at the door. So here's a few. Number one, you and your business need to have accreditation with the IQF, which is the Information and Quality Framework, which sets a standard of how information guidance is distributed across Wales. Secondly, although this isn't necessarily a pass or fail, it is a recommendation, you should have at least 2 previous contract examples where you've delivered similar services in the past, not supported living, not social housing. Bear in mind that this is very specifically floating support.